Alright, let's see if we can get the rest of our required stats before the end. Fingers crossed. $100 for a book? Shh. Oh, hello. Oh, come on, who's gonna know? A quick trip to the reference section. We'll just study some anatomy. Oh my gosh, Max, no! What if someone saw? I would die of embarrassment. Yeah, but what a way to go. And worse, what if someone needs one of those books and now it's got us on it? It might damage the book. You've got some skewed priorities, baby. I don't know. You know, there's that basement storage room where they keep the books they're going to throw out. I mean, they're already destroyed, and nobody goes down there. Plus, those cement walls just eat sound. You're a terrible person, Max. That's very true. Have I mentioned I've got a book I haven't returned for 6 months? Oh, that's just terrible. I'm afraid for someone so overdue, there's a very, very special punishment. I'm afraid, sir, I'll need you to come with me. That worked! That was such a long thing, too. I'm like, yeah. Man, we're still not at 100 with her, even though we had our spring vacation and everything, too. Wow. Let's see. Sleep in. Go to work. Oh, hello. Nice work today, Max. You've really got a knack for this. Thanks. It's because of your training, I'm sure. You're a born librarian. Ha! I don't know about that, though I do like it. I think I might work on a degree in this. I think that would be a lot of fun. You're way smarter than this stuff, or you've got shushing down. Would that be mean? I don't know if that's sometimes I'm like, I'm being playful, but sometimes I take it the wrong way. I mean, okay, I'm gonna try and see if he is being playful. You're clearly a shoo-in. You've got the tools of the trade down. Plus, I'm sure you'll have tons of young men suddenly very interested in reading. Don't be gross, Max. What? With your inclusive, insightful, and clever outreach programs, are you saying you're not smart enough to put one together? Mm-hmm. I know exactly the kind of outreach you're hoping for, and if that hand comes any closer to my butt, you're organizing the microfiche the rest of the week. I pull my hand back and whistle innocently. She's not buying it, but she's also grinning. I'll take a break, even. Now we're at 100. Yay for work-related scenes. What a great day at work. And now another event. I know this bet is just a cheap single, but after a long day, it feels fantastic. The last quarter has barely begun, and I'm already feeling blown out. I even made it home before everyone else. I pull my cell phone out to put it on the charger and notice a text from Anne. We haven't had a chance to hang out much the last few days, except at work. It might be nice to go out tonight. Maybe I'll give Anne a call. Sure. Let's have a real date. I smile and call up the speed dial contact for Anne. Hopefully we can at least catch a bite to eat together. Max, did you get my text? That's why I called. I've been thinking about you all day. Aw, so sweet. Hey, let's go get something to eat. You got it, sweetie. A few hours later, Anne and I are staring down at our finished burgers. So what are you studying, anyway? Whatever floats my boat, really. I'm not really taking it seriously. What about you? What are you studying toward? Actually, I've mostly been taking general studies. I was thinking about going into library science. So what, like test tubes in the Dewey Decimal System? Ha! Not quite. It basically just means studying to be a librarian. Ah, you'd probably be really good at that. I certainly haven't ever met someone who knew more about books. Anne blushes prettily and fiddles with her basket for a moment. But I'm not really certain if that's for me. It was such a struggle just to get my parents to consider letting me out of town. Part of me just wants to travel and see the world and learn more by doing, you know? I get that. Heck, I want to travel over the country myself. I just want to be rocking a stage while I do it. Stick with me, good looking, and we'll see just what this nation's got to offer.
I'd like that. Though we should probably just stick to dating for starters. Maybe do something later? Maybe I'm keeping my options open.
Definitely. I can't wait for next time. Anne smiles at me and we chuckle. Chuckle, chuckle, chuckle.
That was a nice date. Okay, no scene at work that time. Uh-oh. Energy's getting low. Good thing I had a sleep scheduled. Oh.
I'm not really sure what I want to do tonight. I should probably get some work done, but it's Saturday and I feel like taking a little time to myself. I respectfully request that you back off. With all due respect, please stay away from me. I turn for a moment, wondering if Rakesh is talking to me, but I don't think he is. He's got a notebook in one hand and he's tapping it with a pen in the other. He seems to be considering what he wants to write down. He looks up from his notebook and catches me looking at him. Ah, Max, welcome home. I must tell my parents how I feel. If possible, without telling them how I feel. He looks at me as though I've got the answers hidden in my back pocket. I'm not sure what to tell him. Well, Rakesh, I really need the energy, so I can't help you write that letter. Oh, well, good luck with that, bro. I know you can figure it out. Just, write what's in your heart or something. I know you can do it, Rakesh. Do your best. Rakesh nods at me with a mixture of disappointment and bewilderment in his eyes. He turns and walks away upstairs. I can't help but feel I've dodged a bit of a bullet there. I really don't want to get into the middle of Rakesh's family squabble.
Mm-hmm. And we went to sleep early. 99% energy. Phew, okay, good. 316 organized. So we've got the required stats, quote unquote. But we really need to get up to 600 combined. So, let's continue and get our grades up. And an event.
As I sit in my room, I find myself staring at the ceiling. It's been a good year so far. I've had a lot of fun, gotten used to college life. I've even gotten together with Anne. But as I think about what I've got done this year, I can't help but feel like I haven't really made a lot of progress on my greater goals. I mean, this college stuff is alright and all, but how is Back Alley Flash really doing? We had a good few shows at Christmas, and we've done 1 or 2 shows. I don't know, I feel like I've got to throw one final show for this first year. Really get my name out there. This is going to take some work, but if we pull it off by the time school starts up next year, we should be a campus legend.
Play.
A few hours later, Memphis and I are sitting in the cafe, talking about our options.
Look, I'm with you, man. I'm always up for throwing a killer show. The big question is, how are you gonna do it? I mean, Gaz has got a pretty big band playing.
Yeah, I know. Maybe we can do something on campus, though. Look, it's the last quarter of the year. That means 2 things are happening. Freshmen are celebrating their first year, and seniors are celebrating graduation. Between the 2 of those, there's gotta be a party we can land.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Okay, we'll need to figure out a set list, and scope the scene to figure out where we're doing this. We're trying to get our names on all these people's lips, am I right?
Damn right. By the time we're done, I don't want those people to be able to think of anything but us all summer.
Yeah, I'll check out the scenes, you work on the set list.
Perfect, I'll get to work right away. It'll be easier for you to find the party since you're already a student.
My thoughts exactly. Once you get some stuff together, send it over to me. We'll practice a bit beforehand.
Sounds awesome.
I give Memphis a high five as we get up from our table and start heading out. I'm excited. Something tells me this is going to be big.
Grande.
I give a stretch after another long day of classes. I'm looking at the stairs, thinking how nice it's going to be back in my room. On my way up, I hear Sally and Isabella arguing. Don't know what it's about, but I'm glad I'm not involved. I try to take the long way around and just head over to my room. Once I'm back in my room, I put on some headphones and get back to my business. I really hope Anne and I don't have a fight like that.
What is that? Because when I did Isabella's route as Max, that didn't happen. Anne was always running into Max between Isabella and Sally fighting, except for when she was on his route. So what is going on with those two? I wish I knew what that was all about. It perplexes me. Oh, grades. Come on, grades. You can do it.
It's still early in the quarter. I'm not sure what to expect from Professor Merriweather. Still, it should at least be entertaining.
Alright, if you're in this class, you've probably got the basics down. Which means it's time to start getting serious. Now, normally we do this sort of thing in a lab, but today is special for 2 reasons. Number 1, some brain genius decided to mix glycerin with KMN04 in our labs, meaning there is now an opportunity for alternate environment learning. Secondly, the morgue is full and my contact is on the cheap.
As soon as she says that, one of the professor's TAs walks into the room, pushing a cart with a blanket over it, and a suspiciously body-shaped lump under the blanket. This is a 103 class. I'm pretty sure we're not up to this stuff yet. As soon as I see the look of glee on the professor's face, though, I know we're going to do this.
Alright, better question. Who wants to make the first incision? Don't worry, he's dead. He complains very little.
Around the room, everyone seems unsure what to do with this. A few hands tentatively go up.
Come on, you won't get a chance like this for another 2 or 3 years.
Prof? Is this, legal?
I'm sorry, I thought this was biology. Apparently it's intro to law. Well, as it turns out, I've probably got a degree in that too, so how about you shut up? As a matter of fact, looks like someone just volunteered to take the first cut.
The professor stares at me as the entire rest of the class turns to look at me with a mixture of amusement and horror. I wait a few moments to see if the professor is going to change her mind, but finally I stand up and walk down to the front of the class.
Here you go, Captain Rules! How about you choose our lesson plan for today? Pick a spot. We'll examine whatever you cut up.
The professor hands me some plastic gloves, which I put on as she stands there staring at me. She then hands me a scalpel and I look at the body. Luckily, the TA left his face and lower half covered. I walk over to the corpse and try to figure out what I'm going to do.
I think I did this the first time, so I'll cut into the belly.
I can't believe I'm going to do this. I close my eyes, just barely looking at the body. I jab out with the scalpel, trying to make a cut.
What are you trying to gut him? He's a corpse, not a trout. Alright, let's take a look for that appendix. If that's not there, I'm sure we'll find something fun. Now, the first thing you'll notice is the lack of blood. That's because they drain these things, and because I'm not a complete idiot.
The professor looks at me just standing there and makes shooing motions. I slowly return to my seat as Professor Merriweather begins her lecture properly. I can't believe she had me do that. So disgusting. I need to skip this class from now on.
Aw, poor Max. Okay, back up to 100%. 584 altogether. I think we still got a couple of weeks. Don't fail me, Max. Let's see. Hey, Carmen. Yep, and you've got that shushing down, gotta say. Class. Studying. Chat is here. Gross. Go back to bed. An event.
I am starving. Luckily, the cafe is on the way home. A nice sandwich sounds perfect about now. Oh, right. As I open the door, I see Isabella and wave hello. She smiles, but she seems to be busy. As I'm sitting down with my food, I notice Chad coming in. Ugh, this might get ugly. I stick to my seat, but I don't exactly call for his attention. I may not be afraid of a little trouble, but that doesn't mean I need to go looking for it. Besides, I should be here in case Isabella needs my backup, but I don't want to start drama. Luckily, Isabella doesn't notice him at first and keeps serving other customers. Finally, after a few moments, I hear Chad clearing his throat loudly.
Hey, Isabella, I don't get to have a word or nothing? I don't see why you should get a word in. Do you honestly feel like there's something to say? Because I don't particularly. Come on, don't be like that, baby. Look, I'm sorry I screwed up. Doesn't mean we can't have some good times, right? You really think that's all it's going to take?
Isabella sets down the tray she was carrying with enough force that the sound echoes through the whole cafe.
We're over, you bastard! You had your chance at greatness and you frickin' blew it. Now scuttle off and leave me be. Come on, baby, I'm not the only one missing out. We had some good times, right? I've made some mistakes, sure, but I'm coming to you on my knees here. Oh, are you? Really? Because you look like you're standing perfectly well to me. You don't even have flowers or chocolates or anything. You're not even trying. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad you didn't bring me flowers. I'd hate to think you wasted your money. We done here? Come on, you think you can do better than me? Just forgive me already. Are you kidding? I could find a better man than you out behind the dumpsters.
Chad turns red in anger for a moment.
Are you kidding me? I'm the best thing that ever happened to you.
No, as much as I want to. I think for a moment about jumping in and sticking up for Isabella, but then I realize I'd just be butting in. This is between Isabella and Chad, and she doesn't need me sticking my nose in.
No, Chad, the best thing that ever happened to me was finding out early that you were a boneheaded, selfish asshole without a lick of sense to you. If you had any of those, you wouldn't have treated me the way you did. So why do you think I'd want to have anything to do with your ridiculous ass? Hey, look, I'm just saying You're just saying? Hey, sucker, I want to treat you like a possession and sex toy. Why won't you go back in my pocket where you belong? Here's a hint. Because I'm none of those things. And the fact that you probably, even now, don't understand that is why we will never, ever be together again.
Chad looks completely stunned by Isabella's tirade. He's just standing there slack-jawed.
I'm sick of you taking up my air, jack-off. I'm going to the back. If you're still here when I get back, you're going to be the sorriest sack of crap in this whole school.
Isabella stalks off to the back, completely ignoring Chad. For his part, Chad just shakes his head and turns to leave. He can't muster a quip or line. He's been completely defeated. A few minutes later, Isabella comes out of the back and spots me still sitting there.
Oh man, you saw all that, huh? What an asshole, am I right?
I just smile and nod.
Thanks for not butting in. I hate it when people try to fight my fights for me.
I knew you had him, babe. No way that micromind was gonna walk all over you.
Well, thanks anyway. You full? If not, I'll grab you something good.
Sounds great.
Our last few points with Izza. It's funny that that's an unskippable event. Grades. Work. Man, Izza, where are you getting all these $100 bills? $100 bills. Studying again.
Finally, I've got a little free time to start thinking about this end-of-the-year gig I've been planning. I need to ask around and see what kind of parties I can dig up.
Yes.
Alright, time to find a party around here. Shouldn't be too hard. This isn't exactly a party-free campus. Of course, the easiest way to do that is to talk to hardest partying person I know. I knock on Isabella's and give her my best smile as she opens up. Hey babe, mind if I come in a sec?
Sure thing, hot stuff. What brings you down the long, hard trek from your room to mine?
Actually, I had a quick question. I'm trying to throw a gig together here on campus, and I'm wondering if you knew of anyone throwing a big end-of-the-year bash.
Oh, funny you should ask. Actually, Anne's trying to throw one.
What? Anne? Shy girl extraordinaire? Isabella shrugs and just points me down the hall.
Come on, you should know she's not that shy, really.
A moment later, I'm knocking on Anne's door.
Oh, hey Max, what's going on?
I lean over to give Anne a quick peck on the cheek.
Aw.
Hey, beautiful. So how come you didn't tell me about this party you're supposedly throwing? Anne looks like she's about to blush, but then looks like she's trying really hard not to.
And fails. Well, it's still pretty early in the planning stages, so I haven't really told many people about it yet.
You have entertainment already?
No, that's my next task.
Well, as it turns out, I know this incredible band that would love to get a gig going at a hot college party.
Oh, you mean it? That's terrific! Once we figured out where we're going to throw it, I'll talk to you to work out the details. Thanks, Max. This means a lot to me.
Apparently it means so much to her that she swirls away excitedly, shutting the door on me. She's so cute when she gets flustered. I head back to my room and dial up Memphis, filling him in on all the details. Luckily, he hasn't been idle, and I have to admit, he picked a pretty good lineup for our set.
Okay, so we've got our venue and our set. Now we just need to figure out how to get the word out. Does she know where she's holding it yet?
Not yet. I figure we'll just get some flyers done.
Fair enough. You want to draw 'em? I can't do flyers for crap. Maybe we could get Slim to do 'em.
Nah, I'll figure it out.
Okay, you want to go flashy or utilitarian? Flashy might draw a bigger crowd, but the crowd we draw won't necessarily be fans, so they'll be harder to please. A utilitarian flyer, though, gets us a crowd that knows what they're in for, even if they might not be as big.
We're a back alley flash, man.
Last time I checked, we weren't called Back Alley Utilitarian.
Huh. Alright, just a suggestion. Seriously, who's gonna do it, though?
Don't worry, I think I know what to do with that. Just leave it to me.
Leave it to me, man. Leave it to Beaver. Leave it to Max Beaver. Okay, 98, 368. And that's carry the 1, and I think, yes, I think we're at 620 now. Okay, so we've got the 600. Our money's not doing that great. But I need to get my grades up. Oh, poo. Well, actually, that's a fair point. We don't actually have to get our organized and rational any higher. So we could save some money and do some more studying. Actually, let's get the studying on. So we can get to our 999. Okay.
I snag a good seat, prepared for another class. I sometimes can't believe they still let Professor Task teach here. I guess that's the power of tenure. I wonder what he's going to get into today.
Alright, you little money sacks, sit down. Let's get this started.
Everyone quiets down, settling in their seats. The professor turns on the projector and starts displaying slides. The slides seem to be displaying a countryside. A few buildings dot it. As he progresses through the slides, we see a bunch of people standing in front of buildings and posing.
Professor, are we just looking at your vacation slides?
What's your point? I am trying to get to a point. If certain noisy know-nothings would stop interrupting me.
I sit back in my seat, not believing we're actually looking at a professor's vacation slides.
Ah, here we are. This is the slide that matters.
On the projector is a picture of some kind of small green statue.
The fabled Jade Monkey of Tuskatoon, a small village in western Nigeria. I sought this fabled statue for 6 years before beginning my career here. Unfortunately, just as it was in my grasp, I lost it to a rival hunter.
What's the point of this, Professor?
Oh yes, what is the point indeed? The point, my dear, is that I have never given up my search, and now I have located the final piece. I know that one of you has it.
The professor points at Roxanne and myself. The rest of the class gasps in surprise.
Why, whatever do you mean, dear Professor?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Oh, don't play dumb with me. Give up the Jade Monkey, and I won't have to spring the trap I planted on both of your chairs.
The professor pulls out a small switch attached to a radio transmitter. I look under my chair and see the dynamite he planted there.
I can't remember what I did last time. I think I did this? I can't remember. I'll accuse Roxanne.
I stand up, pointing my finger squarely at Roxanne. Sorry, Red, but I know you've got it. Just cough it up already so we can go home. Roxanne frowns and reaches into her backpack. When her hand comes back, it's holding the small jade statue.
There it is, my pupil. Get the statue and you shall want for nothing.
I nod at the professor, glaring at Roxanne. For her part, she just smiles, cocking her hand and waving me on.
Oh.
I jump up, kicking off of my desk so I can fly across the room to where Roxanne is. She blocks my initial punch with a swift motion of her arm. Wait, that was Crane meets a traveler? It cannot be. You are from the Death Hand School?
Of course I am. Did you truly think you had destroyed all of our clan? You don't have the strength. Now let me show you true kung fu.
Our fists meet with a thunderclap as we try to move past each other's defense. Her kung fu is strong, but I know that I have righteousness on my side. Suddenly, one of her feet darts out, sweeping my leg. I immediately retreat into a standing crane.
Ha! You have left yourself open!
Ooh. Ow.
That sounded painful.
Her fist moves faster than I can imagine, hitting 4 pressure points in my chest.
You are a worthy opponent, but you have only 4 steps to live.
Professor Task and the rest of the class gasps in pain and sorrow as Roxanne moves 6 steps away from me. I can't let her get away with this. I take 2 steps forward. Another. With my 4th step, a pain builds in my chest. I can see Roxanne smirking condescendingly at me. With a start, I lift my head off my desk. I can't believe I fell asleep. What the hell was that dream?
And that's why you should always be aware of what kind of cheese you're buying in foreign countries. See, I told you I was getting to a point.
Yep, you sure showed us, Professor. I think that was a different option from what I picked last time.
I don't remember that. What a great day at work. Time's running short to get my plans in motion. I need to get a great poster out to let people know what I'm doing. I think it's time I talk to Rakesh.
Play.
I head down the hall, formulating my game plan as I go. I knock on Rakesh's door, thinking about what kind of poster he might make. Ah, Max, please, come in. Hey, bro. I'm gonna use you again and then not help you with your parents. I give Rakesh a quick high five as I enter his room. Let's get right to business. I need to commission you. What? What for? Have you heard about this party Anne's throwing? My band's going to be playing. Oh, yeah, she invited me just the other day. That is incredibly exciting, Max. Yes, let us design a poster for your outing. Speak to me, Max. Speak to me of music. Rakesh spins with a flourish and walks over toward his easel, placing a new sheet of paper on it. He's a very silly person sometimes. I sit down on his bed and watch as he stares at the paper, waiting for me to talk first. Well, you know the band, Back Alley Flash. We want something flashy. Something that says, "We're here to blow your socks off. And your panties." Yes, I can produce this thing for you. I shall craft such a poster that women's undergarments shall implode from the glory. Rakesh starts sketching on his paper, making wild marks across everywhere. I can't really tell what's on it. A few minutes later, he turns to look at me. He gestures toward a big white space toward the top of the poster. What do you think? I can put your portraits up here, or I can put something more imaginative. Let your imagination fly, Rakesh. I trust you. Hey, I said flashy, Rakesh. You give me whatever you like. Rakesh grins at me and starts sketching into the white space. This will take a while. I will have your posters ready to distribute tomorrow. I will even put them up around for you. Oh, thank you. All right, Rakesh, it's in your hands now.
I feel so bad, Rakesh, for not helping you, but we will help you one of these days, I promise. Pinky swear. Oh, we're so close to full grades. So close. Study. Study. Ugh.
Back in my room at last. Just as I'm putting my keys on my desk, there's a knock on my door.
Oh, that face.
Max, you have to help me. They have outwitted me. I stand with my keys in hand staring at Rakesh. Who's outwitted you? My parents. They're going to be video calling me in 20 minutes. So? So? The letter I wrote them. They're not coming, but they still want to check up on me. You have to help me. I look down at the keys in my hands for a moment before answering. Sorry, Rakesh. I'm sorry, Rakesh, but my professor wants me to come down for an immediate conference about my essay for finals. I can't blow this off, Rakesh. You'll be fine. Just tell your parents the truth, okay? Rakesh looks devastated, but he nods and wanders off back to his room. I pick up my house keys and wander back outside. I really don't want to get in the middle of Rakesh's personal problems like this. I didn't have anywhere to go, though. I'm sure Memphis and I can come up with something fun.
Oh, I'm the worst person ever. Oh, noes. Oh, noes. Oh, sorry, Rakesh.